Lutheran Family Services Rocky Mountains has been serving children and families since 1948, with services that include adoption and pregnancy counseling.
I was adopted through them, and now I have given a baby up for adoption through them.
My personal passion, I think, is just to support them in whatever decision they make.
I knew that adoption was the only choice for me.
Once we met with Lutheran Family Services, it was a very concrete, yes, we're going to adopt.
And when we walked out of there, we both looked at each other and said, this is the organization we want to go with.
We don't try to sway them one way or the other.
They wanted her to make the best decision for her and for the baby.
It's indescribable. There's no words. People often ask you, how do you describe parenthood? You don't.
You know, Lutheran Family Services wants to help these women who are in crisis and who are lost and don't know what to do.
Lutheran is a great sort of family, I feel like, for their adoptive parents, their birth parents, everything. They make it so easy to know that you're doing the best thing that you can.
Foster care and unaccompanied refugee minor foster care.
In the last 8 years, we have fostered 18 children.
Lutheran Family Services is one of our great support pieces. There's a lot of people behind the scenes of foster parents. What we do with the kids when they come into our home, really it's a process that we help them through to make them feel part of our family. Because developing the relationship with the children, it helps trust.
A lot of rewards that come from this. You have a lot of extended family. We have lots of little grandkids.
We think it really matters. I think it really, at the end of the day, the kids and the families come back together.
I've been a foster parent for 14 years. We've been doing going to URM training classes. That's for the unaccompanied refugee minors. And there you have an opportunity to meet with other families that are working with the kids from other countries too. I personally believe that foster care is a calling. Lutheran thinks about the whole family and how it's going to affect the family. The refugee program, when you're working with the youth in the refugee program that come from whatever country that they were a refugee at, so that meant that they lived in a refugee camp with little resources. The thing that's different with the URM kids, they're the most resilient people I've ever seen in my life. They have really experienced turmoil and tragedy beyond what I can even believe. And they're resilient and they're not complainers. And they want a family and they want to learn and they want to live a better life.
Refugee and asylee program.
I came to the United States as a refugee. I have been through a lot. I understand the refugee well. I feel like working with the refugees since I was actually part of the group of being the refugee. So I feel my mission is to make sure refugees who are coming to the United States are well off from welfare. They should be self-sufficient and they can support by themselves without depending on anybody else. We always find clients who are so appreciative. Oh, thank you so much, Lutheran Family Services, of all we do, employment, school enrollment. Some of the family invite us to come to join their kids' graduation at school. You find the whole, when you go to shopping like Walmart, King Supers, you met some of your clients, you met them for 3 years, 4 years ago. They give you a hug and thank you so much for all you do. It's fun, it's fun. That is who we are as a Lutheran. That's our culture, that's our goal, to make sure that we change people's life.
Older adult and caregiver services.
I have this gentleman that I'm working with, and he's sleeping on a flattened air mattress, and he has no furniture, and he's 64 years old, and he could really use your help.
My heart had to tell me face to face, this is, you got to do something.
We just started stepping through the things that we could really do together.
She listened to me without any judgment.
It was pretty obvious for both William and I that he needed food, he needed clothes, and he needed a place to sleep.
I knew right then there was something amazing getting ready to happen.
He handed William the keys and said, "You can move in this weekend."
I looked out and I saw about 6 big windows.
We really support people where they're at. We see them as whole people.
But this situation that I've been involved in changed my life at that point.
It was a beautiful way to end the chapter of our work together.
Disaster response.
When a disaster occurs, Lutheran Family Services provides a myriad of activities that will help affected individuals and communities recover. But most often we provide long-term case management. When families are trying to put their lives back together and trying to reestablish their own livelihood or their own a place of residence, recover with a spiritual and emotional care that they would need, that's when we become activated. There are many questions that families have that they don't know where to turn to, so we provide benefits that they may not be able to access or determine how to find anywhere else. If I had 30 seconds to tell someone what our program is about and why it's necessary, they don't have to be victims of a disaster, but they can move to be survivors of a disaster.
And prevention services. Lutheran Family Services Prevention Program encompasses 4 significant areas of expertise made available in the northern Colorado area. These 4 areas are parenting education and support, safe touch, ready or not, and finally, visitation and safe exchanges. The Parenting Education and Support Program knows every family has strengths and every family can use support. Lutheran Family Services believe that every child deserves to grow up in a safe, nurturing environment. Lutheran Family Services offers a number of different classes that teach parents everything from empathy and loving discipline to taking time for yourself when you were stressed.
It was absolutely wonderful. I loved it. 14 weeks is definitely not long enough. So I would recommend Lutheran Family Services to people by saying, this isn't just another parenting class. It is an amazing class and it will help parents, if nothing else, just get that sense that they're not alone.
The Safe Touch program of Lutheran Family Services concentrates on how children and adolescents can protect themselves from abusive or unwanted touch. Presented for children ages 5 to 12 and empowers the children and adolescents to seek help if threatened or victimized.
Even if they don't have their own words, they can remember that McGruff and that lady that came with McGruff, gave them a way to tell somebody that they or another child is in danger, and it's awesome. And so I just wish, with all my heart, that this could be, everywhere for all children to hear and all adults who take care of those children to hear.
Lutheran Family Services Ready or Not program teaches why not to get pregnant instead of how not to get pregnant. A 2-week program centered around students' experience in parenting an infant simulator. Through parenting the infant simulator, teens gain immediate experience that helps them de-romanticize their notions of parenting.
And 2 days with that baby and they know that it's commitment.
I think that every teenager should be able to have this experience.
The Visitation and Safe Exchanges program at Lutheran Family Services provides a comfortable and nurturing environment for families and children to have supervised visits or safe exchanges. Thank you for watching, and to find out how you can be a part of Lutheran Family Services, please call or visit our website at www.lfsrm.org.